Look familiar? Well, this wallet's different than last time. Stay tuned. Real men wear pink socks. And fluffy ones at that. Oh, where was I? Let's make a Hamlet wallet, and I'm gonna go quick, so strap in. Just 4 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's lay this out on that. The most asked questions I get is what leather and what size. Horween Dublin Old English size is about 5 ounces. Can we get that in there? And this is to slick the back so that the back is almost as slick as the front. Glass slicker. Now let that dry. No, this did not fall off. Now just buff that with that.
Oh, hold on a minute. Gotta explain something.
Hey, I hear you say, isn't this the same wallet you did a video on a couple of months ago? I'll answer you with the proverbial, well, yes and no. As the title of the video suggests, this wallet is different. I mentioned in the previous video there are 2 versions. There's a currency edition and a classic edition. In the last video, I made the currency edition using the bump jig method to cut out all the pieces. I did that to show how easy and fast it can be done with the bump jigs. I'll put a link to that video down in the description in case you missed it or you want to watch it again. But anyhow, this time I'm making the classic edition, and to switch things up a little bit, I'm going to be using the clicker press to cut out all the pieces. And we're back. Let's go cut these out. Okay, Weaver clicker, pieces. Let's just cut one out. Huh, you get the idea, right? Boom. Let's do some logos. Let's throw this one here, put mine on the back, there, and there. All right, for this one, we got rivets around the outside, so we gotta space it a little bit differently than if it were stitched, but we'll just eyeball it. Stamp, arbor press, somewhere in there, right? Like that. Good enough. Oh, before you ask, that's a Mascon and ZV anvil. Set that right there in your arbor press. Chloe, come on now. Perfect. Hold on, let me get the dog. Chloe, what are you doing? Hey, what are you doing? Little side project. Get in there, get in there. Let's get some of these edges beveled and dyed and burnished and pretty. Then we can start wrapping this thing up. Here's where we stand and how it will look before we do our edges. Let's get that wrapped up. Just canvas, painter's cloth, canvas. Pretty, so pretty. All right, so now we're looking like this. That looks a lot better, a lot better. Let's put some glue in there. Oh, whoop. We gotta rough this up before we can put that glue on there. So let's rough it up and I'll show you a couple little tricks with the bump jigs. Hold on. Mascon and ZB rougher. The backside is pretty easy because you don't have to mark anything. All right, but that goes on here like this, but you need to stop the roughing right there. So take a Mascon and ZB bump jig, set it there like that. So you know you want to rough to right there, so just mark it, boom. Now rough it. Okay, all roughed up, ready to roll. Where were we? We were gonna glue, right? Olivia, what are you doing? Really? Now just put it together. You get the idea, right? Now just do it again. Put those two together. And there's no need for you to sit and watch me do this again. So be right back. We need some rivets in here. Take your Mascon and ZB bump jig, your pattern, put that like that, put that like that, and mark them. Now just punch them. Remember that Mascon and ZB anvil comes in handy here too. Japanese cutting mat. What hole punch? KS blade. That was 2.0 millimeters. Time for some rivets. Here's what we need to set rivets. Rivet setter, available from Mascon and ZB. My son, Mascon Forge, makes these rivet setters. Knipex nippers, ball peen hammer. This is an 8-ounce. It's small, but that's the way I prefer it. And then a maul, 16-ounce. It's small. That's the way I prefer it. So let's start. I'll show you one of these, how I do it, then I'm gonna roll. This is 14 gauge solid copper rivets. Like that. Clip it. Like that. Tap it with that flat a little bit. Then get your ball. Then put your flat to finish it. Boom, done. Now do it 9 more times. You get the idea, right? Need to get these edges done. One more often asked question is, what bevelers do I use? Berry King, I got from 00 size up to 4. I pretty much use these two exclusively. 1 layer, 2 to 4 layers. If it's above 4, I'll do this or probably just won't make it. So right now we're gonna go with this one, size 1. Son of a... If you haven't already, I'd appreciate it if you would subscribe, like, comment, bell notifications, you know, all that jazz. Helps me out and the channel out. All right, public service announcement is done. Here's a little tip for you. If you're ever dyeing and you see the dye doesn't seem to do anything here in spots, that means you've got glue right there. So just take a Dremel, get some of that off, try again. Let me show you. Looks ruined, but what you're doing is just getting that glue off the top surface there so we can get some dye in it. Let's see if it looks any better. Yep, that's better. Now we're black all the way around, but dull. So we want it to look pretty like these edges. So you know what we gotta do next. Huh, almost empty, but don't worry, I've got some more. Tocanoli, is that how you say it? I don't know how to say it. Tocanoli. Yeah, I use a lot of it. Tastes good too. Whatever that's called. Slicker. Wood slicker. Huh? What do you think? It's like glass. All right, do the rest. And there you go. Clean as a whistle. And not a currency edition. Well, I guess you could if you wanted to.